So MicroStrategy just had one of its worst days. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky. Quick little heads up. I'm filming this video on Friday, but I plan to upload it on Saturday. The thing that I quickly want to talk about is, well, it's been some time. I haven't traded MicroStrategy. I actually traded it earlier this week on Thursday. I made a little bit over 2K shorting it live in front of my LPP team. But today, I missed one of the biggest drops. It was a little 7.5% drop. And I quickly just wanted to highlight for current MicroStrategy investors, I want to make sure that you fully understand that this is just my opinion. If you want to continue to hold MicroStrategy because you think it's the future, I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't. I'm here just to make you aware of the risk, in my opinion, of why I think that's one of the riskiest things that you can do. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I've made these videos numerous times before. I made the video last time when MicroStrategy was pumping up to $543. When I was making videos about MicroStrategy then, people thought that I was crazy, and then MicroStrategy lost 50% of its value as it went down to $233 per share. MicroStrategy found its support as market conditions didn't get worse. They technically got better for the stock market. Markets began to recover. As markets began to recover, then again, that gives the environment and the condition for MicroStrategy and for Bitcoin to recover. So what is MicroStrategy? MicroStrategy, in my opinion, is a worthless company. All it does is it has this little Ponzi loop that it's able to invest in Bitcoin based off of the money that it borrows against its investors. You might think that I said something weird there. No, I mean just that. The way that MicroStrategy raises money to buy its Bitcoin is based off of diluting its investors by offering more shares. So quite the opposite of like what Bitcoin is derived on, right? Because Bitcoin is based off of scarcity. There's only so much Bitcoin you can buy. Quite the opposite for MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy, or strategy as what they call it now, they make shares out of thin air. They do share offerings. Like they just did one, a $2.1 billion share offering to raise for more Bitcoin. So they just create more shares and they offer these shares into the market. And as people buy them, then again, they raise the money and it dilutes current investors. And that's why you don't see MicroStrategy at all-time highs like you do with Bitcoin. I'm not a big Bitcoin person, as many of you guys know. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin, but I have common sense. I would say that if I am bullish on Bitcoin, I would buy Bitcoin, right? Like invest in the asset itself. Why would you invest in MicroStrategy when you know that they dilute you? Look at it all over Twitter. Look at it all over Google. MicroStrategy investors are losing it. How is it that Bitcoin is at all-time highs and has been here for the past few days, but MicroStrategy is still down over 25% from its previous high? Very simple. MicroStrategy is a pump and dump, and it doesn't have a chance to drive the price up because Michael Saylor, the CEO of Strategy, continues to do these share offerings. He creates shares out of thin air. So for everyone that's already invested in MicroStrategy, you get diluted. Look it up. It's not a good thing. He creates shares out of thin air. He dilutes all of you. So yeah, as more buying pressure might kick up for MicroStrategy, the price doesn't reflect that because now there's more shares available. So therefore, the amount available is greater than the amount that is currently being purchased, driving the price down, right? If we look at MicroStrategy from highs of 543 to its current lows, it's down 31%. It's not rocket science, right? It's very simple. Bitcoin's up here, MicroStrategy's over here. And don't get me wrong, right? You might be like, oh, Ricky, I made money. I bought it at $200 per share and it went up to $400. Great. That's an amazing trade. I believe you can make money trading anything. You can make money trading a meme coin, a shit coin. We all know that. That doesn't make the company or the shit coin valuable. It makes it what it is. It's a trading vehicle, right? In my opinion, MicroStrategy is not an investment. It's a Ponzi loop. And don't take it from me, take it from the guy itself, right? Michael Saylor admits that Strategy shareholders would suffer if Bitcoin were to fall 90% in this case and stay there for 4 to 5 years, We all know that Bitcoin, when it crashes, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Look it up. Every time that Bitcoin crashes, it crashes 70 to 85% every single time. Not an opinion, it's a fact. When it enters a bear market, that's how much it crashes. It's not an if we will enter. We all know that crypto is not valuable enough that when people need to pay for rent and that when people need to put food on the table, no one cares about crypto. Crypto is a currency or an asset that does well during bullish conditions, because when people have extra money, then sure, these things, are able to perform a lot better, right? It's all based off of the condition, the environment of our economy. And right now things are okay, so therefore this thing's doing okay. And I want to have it here for you. Strategy executive chairman and crypto evangelist Michael Saylor revealed in the Financial Times video, if Bitcoin were to fall 90% and stay down roughly for half a decade, the company would be stable, but equity holders, which means investors, would be wiped out because Strategy is heavily leveraged through convertible debt and bond offerings. I'm not joking. There's also numerous videos out there that highlight Michael Saylor's whole setup, right? Where he admits that MicroStrategy or even Bitcoin can go to zero. And MicroStrategy does not owe its investors anything when it comes down to MSTR, because it's not borrowing that debt against their investors at any interest rate. And this is the part that just baffles me, is that it hasn't just crashed once in the past before. It did this in the last bull and bear cycle, right? It pumped up to highs of 129 and then came crashing down to $12, $12 or $13. It ran up again, sold off, ran up again, and then sold off. So again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to trade MicroStrategy. Just like any trade, it comes at some form of risk, and your job is to buy low and sell high. Very simple. Don't get married to the trade. A very simple, I would say, message that everyone loves to share is that I really hope that the people that made hopefully great money trading Strategy, you do your part in taking profits, because we all know that this stock is going to crash. We all know that it's a valueless company. It takes advantage of its investors and it dilutes its investors. So that is why at these levels, because of all their share offerings, investors for MicroStrategy are no longer gaining the same exposure that they would with investing in Bitcoin. Very simple. If you're bullish on Bitcoin, then buy Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin's a good deal at $110,000 per coin. I think everyone that is telling you to buy, kind of like Michael Saylor, I saw one of his tweets today saying Bitcoin has no tariffs. It's like, what? Like pointless comments that he shares on x.com that you're just like, this is the guy that you're following? It's like, you should take out a mortgage and buy Bitcoin at $110,000 per coin. Like, if you're not buying Bitcoin at all-time highs, you're not buying enough. Like, these are just think about it. What successful CEO of any company ever begs you or tries to get you to take out a mortgage, a second mortgage, so you can invest in their company? None, because they don't need you to, right? The value is earned. It doesn't need to be told. And this is the part that just, I would say, irritates me the most about people like Michael Saylor. I think he's a great representation of what crypto bros or crypto leeches are like. And it's just, he needs you to buy Bitcoin because it's all he has, right? So if Bitcoin fails, then he fails because his company is not a company. It's a company that actually loses $700 million a year, if I'm not mistaken, based off of, their last reporting. So look it up. MicroStrategy or Strategy is a publicly traded company that loses money every single year. The only reason that it's trendy is because it buys Bitcoin. And great, but it has no intention of selling Bitcoin. That's just bad news for investors, because when Bitcoin falls, then MicroStrategy will crash. And we all know that. So I wish you nothing but the best. At the end of the day, I'm not here to tell you where you should buy, where you should sell. I'm just here to make you aware of where I think it makes the most sense to take profits and where I see there to be greater potential risk. And I think just like buying Bitcoin at $110,000, you're not really thinking about risk to reward, right? The people that are convincing you to buy at $110,000 are people that bought at 10 or 20K and that are just trying to get you to increase the price even more so they can sell their exit liquidity, right? Very simple. So wish you guys nothing but the best. Again, I talk about this all the time within our live trading sessions. You don't have to join, but if you want a little bit more structure in this market full of chaos, second link in the description down below, and you can watch me trade live as soon as Tuesday. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.